Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is Muchhhh Trade. This is my first video. Today I'm gonna go with a trade recap. I'm gonna recap all the trades that I took this week. Starting off with Monday. So on Monday, let me set it up. On Monday, these were my trades on liquidity, my draws on liquidity. We were having another trend and this was convincing, so I trade down to the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, as soon as we opened New York session, we had a nice move to the upside, and then we made a reverse candle, bearish candle. I was like, if it breaks it, I'm going to enter and target the door. So that's what I did, and I've put my SL, like I always do, on the candle low. So either on the 5-minute or on the 1-minute. So that's what I do, and I did. And it turned out I bailed out. It was actually my first trade targeting draws on liquidity, and I thought that it was gonna reverse, and I got scared and everything. So I bailed out around there, unfortunately. But you know, I know that it's profitable strategy. My system is profitable. I just need to stick to it, and this was actually my first trading up to the doors. So yeah, I need to not bail out. That's my biggest my biggest mistake actually of the week. You're gonna see it on Friday's trade or so today's trade. On Tuesday we had another trade. This week was actually full of opportunities, guys. I had like 4 trades, while I normally have like 2 trades per week, like 2.2 on average. And these were my draws on liquidity for the day. We were uptrending, then we consolidated, and then we just started chopping around, but we still, you know, took the door I marked out on the chart, and on the 5 minutes I waited for price to print a convincing candle, which happened right there. So I was like, okay, from that point it's going to go to my door. It's like a 1-to-1 trade. It's not going to go back below that candle low, so it's like on the 1 minute it looks like this. And I got that at break-even at the wick, when we broke the wick and closed above it. That's also what I always do, to try and not get stopped out. You know, you need to go break-even, especially in that type of strategy, when you just trade continuations towards the doll. So yeah, it was a 1-to-1, and I actually don't own the trades that are under 1-to-1. So if the 5 minutes does not allow me to trade on above a 1-to-1 ratio, then I am going to scale down to the 1 minute and wait for a candle to be convincing enough, and I'm going to enter on that and put like stop loss there at the week low or high. So that was Tuesday's trade. I did not bail out, everything was okay. I just stuck to it, even in drawdown. And for Wednesday, bear with me. So Wednesday, these were my draws on liquidity, so I did not tell it, guys, but my draws on liquidities are really simple. I need it to have at least swept a low. So for example, we swept this low and that created a new one, so that's a low draw on liquidity on the 1 hour. And for example, we swept like this one and that became a draw on liquidity. But like, for example, this isn't a draw on liquidity, this isn't a draw on liquidity, this is not a draw on liquidity, this is not a draw on liquidity. These are basically how I mark out my draws on liquidity. For example, this is a draw on liquidity because we swept and took the liquidity of the low here on the 1 hour. So on the 5 minutes, it looks really good. We displaced lower, took that doll, and then reversed these fair value gaps. And it started printing these two bearish candles. And I thought to myself, yeah, if we're gonna break them and have a nice push, a nice candle, I'm going in, and that's what I did. And I entered a bit late, like 45 seconds after the closure, and got filled like around there. And that's really fortunate because actually the candle closure, it was there, and if I did not enter the trade lower, I would have been break even, simply because we closed above this week right there, and so I would have been break even there and then would have been stopped out at break even. But you know, it's cool. I did not get stopped out at break even and made like 1.3 R. And for the trade on Friday, these were my draws on liquidities. We actually, as you can see, this is the open, right? We swept this draw before open, and then I waited for I think a closure as soon as New York had opened on the 5 minutes, and it looks really good. So I was like, alright, fuck it, I'm going in. But on the 1 minute it was kind of ranging, so yeah, I waited a bit. This candle had printed. I was like, we might just reverse from there. I'm going to wait for an additional confirmation, which I have done, and I entered there. However, with this stop loss. However, it was like a 2-hour trade, but however, I got scared and I bailed out. This is unfortunate, really. I should have just stuck to the plan. I was having a great week, so no reason to like bail out or anything. I just received the mission. It was kind of scary, but like I just shouldn't have let messages or anything ruin my trading or whatever. I should just trade like how I trade alone and everything. And it took the doll perfectly and gave a really nice reaction. It was high liquidity doll, really. Yeah, so these are my trades for the week. I took 4 trades, and in terms of returns, let me see, I have made like 3.7%, making like 2.2 R this week, so 2.2 times my risk. It's pretty good. So it was a good week. My first week trading to the dolls. I hope it's gonna go that well in the future weeks. So guys, these were my trades for the week. I hope you all have a nice weekend and enjoy the weekend. Don't you know, do bad habits. Just get off the charts. If you need to backtest, backtest, but not so much. And just go outside, see your family, see your friends, do whatever makes you feel good and gives you real dopamine, But some people, they just are profitable and are better traders when they are scrolling and everything, but I don't advise you to do that. You can just indulge in real dopamine. So yeah, I hope you all have a nice weekend. This was Usually Trades, and I am done. See ya.